Assalamu alaikum students. Today's lecture is about components of food, and this topic is taken from your chapter number 8, that is nutrition. So first of all, we would look into the definition of food. So the food is any nutritious substance that people or animals eat or drink, or that plants absorb in order to maintain life and growth. Now if we look at the classification of food, then food is classified into following categories, that is carbohydrates, proteins, lipids, fats, vitamins, minerals and water. And in this lecture we are going to discuss about carbohydrates, proteins, lipids and minerals. So the first category of food is carbohydrates. So as the name indicates that these are hydrates of carbon, they are the basic source of energy. They give us around 2/3 of all the calories we consume. Then the maximum amount of energy is provided by carbohydrates, that is 4 kilocalories per gram. The most common example of carbohydrates is glucose, and the other carbohydrates that are most common are fructose, sucrose and mannose. Then if we talk about the sources of carbohydrate, then these are bread, pasta, bean, potato, bran, rice and cereals. And talking about the types of carbohydrates, there are two types of carbohydrates, that is simple carbohydrates and complex carbohydrates. Simple carbohydrates include monosaccharides and disaccharides, while the complex carbohydrates include oligosaccharides and polysaccharides. The second category of food is proteins. Proteins, as we all know, that these are the building blocks of all the muscles present in our body, and the amino acid is the building block of proteins. It also provides us energy, that is 4 kilocalories per gram, and it is a component of all of the cell membranes, cytoplasm, and it is also a component of muscles, for example ligaments and tendons. Proteins are required in our body for growth and energy. Now if we talk about sources of proteins, then these could be meat, eggs, legumes, grains and dairy products like milk and cheese. So the next category is lipids or fats. These are composed of fatty acids bonded with glycerols. The main functions of lipids are formation of membranes, formation of sheath around the neurones, and also provides us energy, that is 9 kilocalories per gram. Now if we talk about types of lipids, then there are two types of lipids, that is saturated and unsaturated lipids. Saturated ones, all the carbon atoms are bound by hydrogen atoms. No carbon atom is free. They are solid at room temperature, for example butter. And if we talk about unsaturated lipids, then some of the carbon atoms are not bonded by hydrogen atoms, or rather they are double bonded by other carbon atoms. They are liquid at room temperature, for example sunflower oil. If we talk about butter, then it is 70% saturated and 30% unsaturated. That's why it comes under solid. And if we talk about unsaturated, then sunflower oil is 75% unsaturated and 25% saturated. That's why it is liquid at room temperature. If we talk about sources of lipids, then milk, butter, cheese, eggs, mutton and dairy fruits or dry fruits are sources of lipids. Now moving on to the next category of foods, it is minerals. Minerals are actually the inorganic elements originating from earth and cannot be made in body. They are necessary for various body functions and maintaining health. Most of them come from the plants directly, or indirectly they are taken from the animal food. The major minerals and trace minerals are the two categories into which minerals are divided. The major minerals are the minerals that are required more than 100 milligrams per day, and the trace minerals are those minerals which are required by our body less than 100 milligram per day. These are some of the types of minerals that are required for our body. For example, calcium. Calcium is required for bone and tooth formation. Phosphorus is required for bone and tooth formation. Then chlorine is required for acid-base balance in our body. Sodium is also required for acid-base balance in our body. Iron is required for the formation of blood or hemoglobin in our body. Then iodine and zinc, they act as hormones or certain digestive enzymes in our body. That was all for today's lecture. Thank you.